Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Let's go over to Blacklisted News. They're highlighting that in Florida, in the land of the free and the home of the brave, it's illegal to power your home with solar panels. Yes, thanks to lobbyists. And of course, think about it. You're looking at an industry, the electrical industry, the power grid. It's been around for 100 years and more. And you have some pretty powerful unions that represent a lot of employees of the power generation sector, your public utilities, or so they used to be called. They're not so public anymore. Now, in Florida, it's illegal to strictly power your house independent of the grid. Listen to this. With roughly 1.5 million Floridians initially without electricity from the damage inflicted on Florida's energy infrastructure, many in the Sunshine State are now questioning why it's so difficult for people to utilize solar energy, especially in Florida. I mean, of all places, right? Here you are, the Sunshine State, because you get a lot of sunshine, and you would think that with all of the, bad things with regards to coal, fossil fuels, quote unquote, and nuclear energy, that it would be a no-brainer to maximize the solar power capability of the state. And give you an example, in Massachusetts, for the last, I think, 3 years, the state government actually subsidized and gave huge tax incentives to people to purchase solar panels and power generation equipment. And also, the power company here will actually go ahead and enter into a partnership with homeowners and will put up the solar panels on your roof at no cost, and then you actually get a discount on your power bill as a result of it. So it's a win-win for both. These are just some innovative ways that people are thinking, and some of these power companies in different states are thinking about, utilizing solar energy, which is great. But in Florida, now you have all of these people without power and a power company that's just simply overwhelmed. And now we have Hurricane Maria that is devastating Puerto Rico, whose power grid was pretty much destroyed. Now it's going to be really destroyed. Why we're not capitalizing on this, the solar technology, has just got me baffled. Listen to this. The simple answer is that one of the major electrical suppliers in the state, Florida Power and Light, has utilized a massive lobbying campaign directed at state lawmakers to create legal barriers to disallow people from powering their homes with solar panels without being subject to power companies. In fact, in Florida, it's actually the state law that makes it illegal. Now, if that's not the definition, my friends, of crony capitalism, I don't know what is. Companies lobby government officials who then vote in favor of the corporate position, often for a quid pro quo in the form of financial support for the official's future reelection. I mean, that's really how it works oftentimes. Give a nice campaign contribution, and I'll scratch your back too. So if you want to go and build an off-grid home, you can't do it in Florida because it's illegal. You have to be tied into the grid. Now, Robert Tarr, who, according to WFTV out of Florida, spent more than $60,000 for a system of 32 solar panels on his roof. But even though his house can generate enough electricity to run indefinitely without being hooked up to the power company, he legally can't do it. Now, he's still connected, and he pays the Lieberg Electric Department for power he doesn't even need. So Channel 9 asked him, you could be completely free of the grid, and he responds, yes. But they make him by law attached to the grid. And that's a problem, because here in the land of the free and the home of the brave, why couldn't you, and why wouldn't it be in the best interest of these municipalities and states for the people to be as independent as possible. It's going to save money in the long run. Oh, no. That's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. So if Robert Tarr wanted to defy the power company and remove the solar from the control of the power company, the government could revoke his certificate of occupancy, making it illegal for anyone to live in the home, basically condemning the home because it's not hooked up to the power grid. I mean, how asinine is that? Now, rest assured that any attempt to resist one's removal, it says, from said home would be met with police force and violent escalation. And the extreme crony capitalism at work in Florida is astounding and nothing less than draconian. With roof-mounted solar panels becoming an increasingly inexpensive means of producing cheap renewable energy, the fact that the state panders to the old energy dinosaurs to stifle consumer-friendly innovation is nothing less than infuriating. In fact, Project Drawdown, which is a broad coalition of researchers and scientists and graduate students and PhDs and postdoctorate policymakers, business leaders, and activists that have assembled to find and present the best available information on climate solutions in order to describe their beneficial financial, social, and environmental impact over the next 30 years, has found that widespread solar use would save $3.5 trillion and reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 24.6 billion tons over the next 30 years if utilized. Now, doesn't matter what you believe with regards to global warming, because that is a total separate side issue there. The fact that it would reduce emissions is a win. It doesn't matter if the emissions cause global warming or not. It's our responsibility to be good vanguards of the environment and pass it on to our progeny. And if we don't do that, they're going to end up having a hell of a time. And I know a lot of politicians, people that typically live for themselves, don't think about that because it's not their problem and they just kick the can down the road. There is an awakening going on where people are more and more aware of the damage of some of what industry has put out there and some of the roads that we've gone down that we've centered our society on. And it's really staggering what we've done to poison ourselves. So if we can minimize that, that's a win. And of course, solar panels, solar energy would be a great way to do it, especially in a sunshine. It's a sunshine state. This is crazy. So make no mistake, the old energy oligarchy simply refuses to be cut out of potential profits, which is why when you no longer need to rely on them for power needs and possesses the ability, they possess the ability to just go in and, take over. This is crazy. So here's what we need to do. We need to really put a push on your state and local officials to change the laws with regards to what makes or certifies a home for occupancy. And you know what it should be? There should be no laws because the government should have no say in how you live. It's ridiculous. It's the I know what's best for you mentality. And it's BS. And for that matter, why do we still have rubber tires? Shouldn't we have gotten hover cars, much like Back to the Future, by now? Oh, no. Why? Special interests, the tire lobby. Why don't we have the battery-powered vehicles or the electric cars out there now when we've had battery pack technology that could give us extended range vehicles since the 1980s with the GM EV1. Oh, yeah, but you know what? Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. It's unbelievable what we've done as humanity to shoot ourselves in the foot. But it's not too late to turn it around, folks, so let's get the show on the road. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day.